I hope you're having a good Sunday today. Um, for those that were looking forward to the sharing of the word yesterday, we are sorry for the technical problem that we had yesterday, a bit of an internet issue. Don't know why that is. But we are back on today, and I thought, let's quickly catch up, share the word of God together. It's always a good thing to have a word to share in the week and for us just to reflect on together. And so I don't want to take too much time today. I usually share this on a Sabbath morning, but today I got time. I thought I will share. I was meant to come in the afternoon to share yesterday, but other commitments came in the way. But I want to read for us today. It's an interesting, again, topic that I want to share with us, and it concerns all of us, men and women. And it has issues of immorality, issues of adultery, issues of fornication. But we continue to learn from the book of Proverbs, the ancient words of wisdom, how we are to conduct ourselves, both men and women. But you will find from the book we're reading today, basically the title is Drink from Your Own Well. Drink from your own well. In other words, get your benefits from your wife or from your husband. Simply put, get the benefits from your wife or your husband. The world we live in, unfortunately, most people, a lot of us, we are, upon the river, upon the bank, as it were. We are swinging on all sides. One day you are in the home, another day you are outside with somebody else. How healthy is that? How good is that? Well, Solomon, talking to God's children, he continues to write to what he calls my child. He gives this advice against pursuing those immoral individuals. And he uses, in this case, an immoral woman. Proverbs chapter 5, verse 3, he says this about her. He says, "For the lips of an immoral woman are as sweet as honey, and her mouth as smoother than oil." Verse 4, "But in the end she is bitter as poison, as dangerous as a double-edged sword." There is some warning for us, my friends. For those that have been out of their own marriages, out of their own relationships, and have tried to do something on the side, you know how those things tend to end. It's not always a pretty sight. Those that should choose, those that follow God in particular, Solomon is simply warning us, my friends, stay away from those. They may seem attractive at first. They may seem appealing at first, but the end thereof, it's not so good. It's not great. And so here basically today is just to encourage each other to be faithful in the way we conduct our relationships, in the way we do things that we do. But the actual verse that I wanted to kind of read that talks about drinking from your own well is from verse 15. Solomon says in Proverbs chapter 5, verse 15, "Drink water from your own well. Share your love only with your wife. Why spill the water of your springs in the streets, having sex with just anyone?" Now, I think in progressive societies, having sex with anybody and everybody seems to be quite a norm, seems to be something that everybody does. Maybe everybody's a sweeping brush right there. But most people tend to do that. But what are we seeing as a result? We are seeing high divorce rates. We are seeing a lot of abuse. We are seeing, marital issues. They are on the rise every day in our societies. Why? Simply because some of us aren't drinking from our own well. What would happen if we should choose to stick to those that we have chosen from the beginning? I think we would have a better society, don't you? I think we will be able to have a better people in this society. We will be able to have a society that's full of respectable citizens, not a society that looks like an animal kingdom, where this animal goes for that animal, this animal goes for that animal. Solomon says, especially for God's children, drink from your own well. Share your love only with your wife. So, gentlemen, let me encourage us today. Share your love with your wife. Let us stop going for somebody else's wife, for somebody else's girlfriend, or whatever it is. They may not be married. Don't go for them if you are married. Even women as well. Exercise self-control. Keep to the one you have chosen, the one that God has given you. He goes on to say in verse 17, you should reserve it for yourselves. Never share it with strangers. Now, it has always been ancient wisdom that sex is not to be shared with everybody and anybody. God actually meant this to be within the framework of marriage, within the framework of one partner, not multiple partners as we see today. Oftentimes, in those circumstances, it doesn't end good. As they say today, it ends in tears. So he says, let your wife be a fountain of blessing for you. Rejoice in the wife of your youth. You can go back and read some more on the book of Proverbs chapter 5. I just wanted to ensure that I bring at least some of these gems of wisdom that we get from the Word of God about how we are to relate one to another, in particular in relationships. As we do so, we prevent even health problems. We prevent mental health issues. We prevent unnecessary suffering. We raise children that are confident and healthy as we manage to stick one to another. You know, the only relationship that God compares, that he looks at closely, is the relationship of husband and wife, or that marital relationship. He compares that to his relationship with his children. And within that, it requires faithfulness. Let us go and be faithful. May God bless you. Continue to drink from your own well. If you haven't got a well, don't drink from a well. Go and find your own well and drink, my friend. Have a good Sunday. I do hope you are having a wonderful time wherever you are today. God bless you.